is allowed. You are allowed to dream. You are allowed to dream big. You are worth dreaming big. You can go on and do so much more with your life. I mean, look at me. I never thought I'd be here. I didn't have these dreams, and my dreams have just got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Hey, it's Cheryl, and welcome to Secrets of a Survivor podcast, where I'm sharing my story, my challenges, and my learnings along the way, both business and personal. Basically, all the things. If I can do it, then so can you. So I'm here to help you on your way and be the person I wished I'd had. So let's get started with today's episode.
Hello and welcome to today's episode. Today I wanted to talk about dreaming and dreaming about what you want from your life and where you want to go, where you want to take it, all those things that it's probably easy to forget when you're in a situation. You forget your dreams, you forget what you want to do with your life, you forget where you want to be, because your life can easily turn into dreaming about escaping or getting out of the situation or coping or whatever it is, wherever you are at that time. And you just can't see past that. So quite often we forget. But I want to say to you, it is allowed. You are allowed to dream. You are allowed to dream big. You are worth dreaming big. You can go on and do so much more with your life. I mean, look at me. I never thought I'd be here. I didn't have these dreams, and my dreams have just got bigger and bigger and bigger as I've been out of that situation. But what I want to say is you can dream and dream big. All the things that you want to do, all the places you want to go, all the things you want to achieve, think about them. And I know that's probably really easy for me to say, and you could be at a point where you're just like, no, you just can't see further than maybe the next day, the next week or whatever. And that's fine. But I thought I'd share some tips to help get you dreaming again and thinking about the future, because I think when you have something to look forward to, something to strive towards, something to try and aim towards, it helps you to get there, basically. It helps you to see that there is life, there is hope, you can do things. And I think it's just so important to keep your mind focused on the future and the possibilities rather than even the current day and situation you're in right this second, but especially thinking about the past. So yeah, here are some tips for you to help you get dreaming again. So first of all, think big. And even if that sounds really silly or you're thinking of things that you think would never happen, don't dismiss it. Give it some credit, think it through, build it bigger, and the bigger the better. This podcast and everything I'm doing now has come from dreaming and thinking about things, talking them through with my coach and thinking, right, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. Although I'm going to take that back. I may one day be able to do my big, big, big wild dream. But we've broken it down into little chunks of what can I do. And this is one of them, the starting point. So ask yourself these questions and take some time to think about the answers. So first of all, what does success mean to you? And this is different for everybody. And by success, I mean achieving success is achieving the thing that you want to do and living the life the way you want to lead it. So that's what success is. So what is success then? To you, what do you think success is? What would make you feel successful? And that could be in anything. It doesn't need to be work or business. It could just be in personal. You may think that to have your own home, somewhere you're safe, is a success, which it is, of course. And that could be your first thing that you're thinking of. So it's all those little things. It doesn't need to be the big thing in the future. It could be this year, success for me this year would be XYZ. And then you can build on that, of course, and build further into the future. second question to ask yourself is, what difference do you want to make to your life? So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And think about that. And I guess this is the one for me that's really helped spark a lot of my thoughts is, what would you do if you won the lottery and won big on the lottery? So money was no object. What would you do? And following on from that is, what would your dream life and lifestyle be if money was no object? So what would you be doing? Where would you be living? Who would you be socializing with? If you've got children, what would they be doing? Where would they go to school? What holidays would you go on? All that sort of thing. Dream and spend some time daydreaming. My husband and I usually play the lottery game when we're on a long journey in the car, and a lot of our goals and things have come from there, where we've just gone, oh, if I won big on the lottery, I would do, and then we just say the first thing that comes into our head. And yeah, a lot of what we are doing now, what we want to do in the future, has come from those conversations in the car, and then we'd say something out and build on it. So maybe play it with a friend or a trusted friend or a child, or because kids are really good at dreaming and thinking wildly. So maybe it's a good opportunity to get your children involved if you've got children and speak to them about it. Say, right, what would you want to do with your life? Or not necessarily your life, but what would you want if money was no object? What would you do if you could dream and things? Because they help us to forget all the bad stuff that's going on and just dream. Another thing that you could do is imagine what your life would look like, say in 3 years' time. So where would you like to be? Where would you like to live? What would you like to be doing? How do you want to feel? And I think that is the most important one. How do you want to feel? Because everything else will radiate from that. Revisit these questions often. Anytime you've got time, you're in the car or you're on a train or you've just got some time on your own, have a think about them and continue to think about them. And each time ask yourself these questions, you'll think of something else and you'll grow your initial thoughts, you'll take them further, you'll explore them. Imagine yourself at a future point in time and have some fun dreaming about where life could take you, what could happen, and who or what could be in your life. As I said, my husband and I, we play it in the car all the time. And each time we do play it, we talk about it, we develop our ideas and we dream bigger and bigger and bigger. And as I mentioned, it was one of those dreams that I voiced in one of my sessions with my coach, Shelley. And she said to me then, well, what steps can you take to get started? And that's what sparked all this journey off. And here I am taking some steps towards it. So when you find something you'd like to do, no matter how pie in the sky or silly it may feel to you right now, look at the baby steps of how you can get it started. You don't need to do everything now, which is something I've really had to work on, because I'm very much when I think of something, when I want to do something, I want to do it now. And if I can't do it now, I get very annoyed. So look at all the baby steps to get started. Look at some smaller steps or goals along the way. Take it brick by brick, build up to that bigger dream. So say you want to buy a house, your first house, for example, which may feel at the moment totally ridiculous and so far in the future that it's never going to happen. But break it down into 12-month goals. What do you need to do to buy a house? Look at those 12-month goals. Right, well, if I want to buy a house, this time next year I need to be working or have a steady job or have got a business set up so that I've got some income or something like that. And then break that down into 3-month goals of what you need to do to get there by the end of the year. Could be just look at what's available. It could be what kind of salary do you need, or what money do you need to earn. It could be, how do I put together a CV if you're looking to get a job? Or how do I even begin thinking about setting up a business, if that's the kind of line you want to go down? And then you can break all those things up into monthly, weekly goals, take those little steps and start creating that future that you are now dreaming of and turn that into your reality. because you've got something positive to focus on, something to do for you, and it will spark that hope and that ignition, and you will find that little spark in yourself that you've probably forgot even existed, and you can run with it and you can start dreaming and building that life that you so deeply deserve.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you'd like more help and support, check out the show notes for links to my website, socials and YouTube channel. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to share and tag on your social posts. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a review, I'd be really grateful. Thank you so much again. I just want to leave you with this thought. You are strong, you are capable, you are lovable, and you are brave. But most importantly, you are enough. You've got this.